Hello everyone, welcome to Lukman IS. Today we are going to have the Hindu analysis of 27th March 2022. Okay, let's see which are the important articles from today's The Hindu newspaper. Okay, first of all, we'll take overview of all these articles, then we'll discuss them in detail. Look at the first mains related articles. Exports in financial year 2021-22 crossed $400 billion. This mark has been crossed, and this is good development from Indian economy perspective. We have to understand and analyze from GS3 paper economy part how it is good, why such exports have increased, in which particular sectors of economy the exports have increased. Along with that, we have to also understand whether there is a good current account deficit or trade deficit that we have at present. Also, in future, what will be some threats to these good exports, that are this trend of good exports in future. All these aspects we will discuss here. FAQ page on Sunday's newspaper, very good explained articles are there. Then demand for multiple time zones in India. Recently, again, one of the member of parliament asked question to minister regarding whether there is a proposal for more than one time zone in India. Okay, again there is this article on page number 9. It is very relevant to our geography part. Okay, GS1 syllabus of our examination, mains examination we can say. So we all know that east and west, let's say extension of India is very much large. It almost is about 2 hours, the time lapse between the easternmost and westernmost part of India. So that's why especially the eastern states of India, they face lot of problem regarding the having only one single time zone in the country. We will talk about that, what are the problems they are facing, and if there are multiple time zones, what are the benefits. Also, what are the issues with the multiple time zones in the country and why we have not adopted yet. ये सारी चीज़ें हमें डिस्कस करनी है. Especially for prelims examination, yes, the Aribada phenomenon has started near the Gahirmata beach in Odisha. So Gahirmata beach witnessed an Aribada. This is nothing but the mass nesting of olive ridley turtles. Okay, so they are laying the eggs there on the beach. So that's why it is important for our examination. Already UPSC has asked the question on olive ridley turtles on this particular phenomenon and the protected areas in Odisha. Again we will revise that. Then Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Yojana extended for further 6 months up to September month. This month, March month, there was the, let's say, last, we can say the scheme was going to end this month and it is extended. So we know that Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Yojana has been very important, especially to ensure that no person is going hungry during the pandemic time period. ठीक है, तो क्या है ये scheme? Again we will revise that. There is one article on magazine page talking about the sand mining in Chambal river. Okay, so in that article National Chambal Sanctuary is mentioned. Along with that, how this sand mining is impacting the ecology of that Chambal river. Okay, and also the endangered, critically endangered species like Gharial in Chambal river, very important natural habitat of Gharial. So all these aspects are mentioned here. Then a corner shot weapon system on first page, there is special news and which talks about the new weapon system developed by DRDO, which may be induced in near future in armed forces, CAPF and Jammu and Kashmir police forces. So specific information about this weapon system we will learn from security perspective. Let's go into details. First article, beyond record exports. On FAQ page, this particular article is having the context. Recently, the government Commerce Ministry has said that the exports in financial year 2021-22 crossed 400 billion marks for the first time in the history. Okay, so the significance is surely there. How significant is the attainment of this export target? So first thing we know that This has happened for the first time. Especially if we are talking about the pre-pandemic level. From the pre-pandemic level, उससे कई ज़्यादा हमने ये क्रॉस कर दिया है from the pre-pandemic levels. If we are talking about the facts, 2018 300 बिलियन था, 2019 में जो है ये बढ़कर 330 बिलियन हुआ था, और उसके बाद पैंडमिक आया है. सो इन पैंडमिक अगेन इट फेल डाउन to 302 billion dollars. So you can see that there is significant difference from the pre-pandemic level. So it is good development. Next thing one should understand, what has caused or what has led to such kind of huge exports. First and foremost within this is the petroleum products exports. Second, garment sector. Third, engineered goods. Then you can talk about chemicals and gems and jewelries. So these have significantly contributed. And lastly, you can also talk about agri products, like for example rice. It has also contributed to these exports. Fine. Along with that, one should also understand many countries are trying to diversify their imports and they want to reduce dependence from China. Okay, and like for example countries like Australia. तो ऑस्ट्रेलिया और चाइना रिफ्ट तैयार हुआ है पिछले कुछ साल में. They are actually fighting in economic terms. They are sanctioning on each other for economic terms, and Australia wants to diversify and reduce the dependence on China. So in last 1 year, almost there is doubling of imports from India by Australia. So this has also further increased the exports of India. Okay, so all these factors have contributed. Then what about the imports and the trade deficit? This is also important. Yes, the imports have also increased. The imports have also increased, and because of that the trade deficit is also high. Imports have increased, value of imports or import bill has increased. Why? Because increase in oil prices and commodity prices. So that's why the overall import bill value has also increased, and that's why the trade deficit is very high at present. It is this year it is crossing $190 billion mark, highest ever. Okay, pre-pandemic levels it was only 102 billion. So that's why trade deficit is also high. Although the exports have increased, import bill is also high.
So due to crude oil only will give it the heavy effect.
Yes, because 85% of the oil we are importing and prices are very high. Because of that, import bill is very high. Now, what are the risk factors for Indian exports in the coming years? Yes, there are some risk factors. First and foremost, the ongoing war between Ukraine and Russia. There are some benefits, but of course there are some problems. Yesterday itself in ED lecture we have discussed in detail about the economic impact of this war. Okay, so there you can see that the problem related to overall increase in crude oil prices, and because of that there are concerns related to inflation. There are concerns related to current account deficit, increase in current account deficit, and because of that we can say it is risk. Second thing is that exports to Russia and Ukraine. Okay, there are some positives, but the negatives are very high. Okay, so again, exports, tea exports to Russia, so they are facing the problem. Along with that, pharma exports to these two countries, they are going to reduce. Then import of raw material, this is also important concern. If suppose the raw material cost is very high, overall processing will be high, and then again exports, they may not be competitive in the international market. All these aspects, especially if we are talking about let's say some agriculture products, यहाँ पे हम देखते हैं कि जो sunflower oil जो है edible oil में, this is going to be the problem. Fertilizer industry, that is also going to face problem. Farmers, agriculture sector. So what should be the way forward here? Way forward is that FTA, free trade agreements, negotiations, they should be fastened. With which countries? Like Australia, UK, Canada. So it will provide huge market for Indian exporters. Okay, along with that, the industry is waiting for foreign trade policy next 5 years. At present, we are still extending the present existing foreign trade policy. Okay, that is 2015 to 20. We are expecting that next 5 years foreign trade policy. Till yet government has not announced that. Also, the industries are also of the view that SEZs and some of the economic sectors which have not been included in government scheme, return on duties and taxes of exported products. This is the name of the scheme. Okay, so this provides some incentives for the exporters. Maximum products, if they are included in this scheme, then it is kind of boost to the exports. Okay, so this can be the way forward. Fine. Okay. Time after time, MPs want to know if India is changing time. Okay, so it is ironically written, the title of the article, because since 2002 or 2004, almost every year the MPs ask about this question, whether there is proposal for multiple time zones in India. Yes, there has been demand for 2 time zones in India because northeastern India and Andaman and Nicobar Islands, because of their geography, see an early sunrise and sunset relative to the rest of the country. This is geographical aspect. As clocks did not account for this early sunrise and sunset, and the official working hours being the same everywhere throughout the country, valuable hours in the morning were lost for the productive work, and electricity was unnecessarily consumed in the evening hours in these regions. What happens is, suppose there are government offices, and suppose these government offices require some kind of communication to the other offices in the country. Okay, so what happens is, if there is early sunrise in the northeastern India, okay, and the other or the rest of the India is not facing such kind of early sunrise, तो वहाँ पे क्या होगा, टाइम जो है वो दूसरा होगा. There is different time.
For example, if they will come to 10 o'clock office, our people in Gujarat people will be in home now, sir.
Yes, there will be 9 o'clock only in Gujarat.
8 o'clock, sir. 10 to.
Yes, 8 o'clock only. 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock,
Okay.
and they are, let's say at 10 o'clock they are in northeast India.
Yes, sir.
So they are sitting idle there for 1 o'clock, for 1 hour. Okay, so this is productive, valuable morning hours are wasted, and when there is early sunset there, the people are still working in rest of India, so they have to wait for 1 hour.
Here you are working 5 hours, 5 o'clock, they are
Yes.
working up to 7 o'clock.
Yes, so that's because of that unnecessarily in evening hours the power is consumed, electricity, because they have to wait after sunset. ठीक है, तो unnecessarily the electricity is also consumed.
Totally they will last 4 hours per day now, sir.
Yes, so because of that this is making problem there. Although the people of those states they are we can say accommodated to this working, ठीक है, but still this is a problem. A high level committee constituted by Department of Science and Technology in 2002 studied the issue in detail and concluded that multiple zones could cause difficulties that would disrupt smooth functioning of airlines, railways, radio, television, telephone services. So it was best to continue with unified time. इतना ज़्यादा फर्क नहीं है, although it is not huge difference like the other countries like US, Russia. Their geographical expanse in terms of longitude is very large. That's why they have different time zones. Okay. Yes, the expert committee, while not favoring multiple time zones, recommended that work timings in the eastern states be advanced by 1 hour to gainfully utilize the morning hours, and would involve only administrative instructions in this regard by the authorities. That means they will be asked to come early in the morning, okay, and accordingly they are supposed to work for more time, and in the evening they can leave early according to sunset time. Okay, so the only thing will be in that hour, in morning 1 hour or 2 hours, they will not be able to communicate with the other offices in the rest of the country, but they have to work. Okay, yes, and also there is political concern. What is the political concern? A separate time zone, it was feared that it would lead to northeastern seeing themselves as a separate from the rest of the country and provoke secessionist demands.
Also one of the major problem, sir.
It is hidden reason, we can say.
By the, according to constitutionally we are giving the separate section now, sir. If they divided that one.
Yes, basically एक आइडेंटिटी बन जाता है ना, सेपरेट टाइम जोन हो तो. सो दैट्स व्हाई इट मे रिजल्ट इनटू सेसेशनिस्ट डिमांड्स. ऑलरेडी नॉर्थ ईस्ट इंडिया हैज मेनी सच सेसेशनिस्ट डिमांड फॉर सेपरेट कंट्री इटसेल्फ. अगर ऐसा हो जाए तो और ज़्यादा.
It will be exact once again, sir.
Yes. Gahir Mata's beach witnesses and Aribadas. Aribadas is a kind of annual mass nesting ritual of species, that is olive ridley turtles, at Gahir Mata beach, the world's largest rookery for the endangered olive ridley turtles, sea turtles. Okay, so वहाँ पे वो शुरू हो गया है, and Nasi 1 and Nasi 2 beaches are under jurisdiction of DRDO there, which conducts missile test from nearby Wheeler Island. वहीं पे located है वो. Okay, yes. Also, elaborate arrangements are in place to guard the eggs from dogs and hyenas which are attracted to the mass nesting sites. उनको protect किया जाता है. And then these hatchlings go into the sea after some months. ठीक है?
The fox and they will be digging and they will be.
Yes, yes.
Sir, what is the meaning of Gahir, sir?
Gahir Matha.
Mata means mother, sir. I know that. But
No, Matha means head. Matha means head. Okay, Mata is mother. Mata means mother, but Matha means head.
What is the full meaning of that Gahir Mata?
It is Hindi word. I have to also check the meaning exactly, but Matha means head. Maybe it is the head of the river or something like that.
In Telugu, Mata means mother, sir.
No, Mata is different. Matha means different. Okay. Yes, olive ridley turtles. You can see the mass nesting sites. And this is Gahir Matha. Okay, Brahmani river and Dhamra rivers, they are having the mouth there. Mouth of these two rivers. Okay, there the Gahir Mata beach. Then other small nesting sites like Robert Island and Rushikulya. It is also very famous. Rushikulya river's mouth. Rushikulya rookery is very famous. Okay, yes, about olive ridley turtles. These olive ridley turtles are migratory species visiting Indian coast for nesting purpose. These turtles travel all the way from South Pacific Ocean to breed on the coast of Gahir Matha. Okay, their mass nesting phenomenon is called as Aribadas. Now IUCN status vulnerable. Then they have been given the highest protection under Schedule 1 of Wildlife Protection Act 1972. The turtle eggs normally take 45 days to hatch. After this, tiny hatchling come out and make their way to the sea. What are the threats? Heavy predation of dogs by the wild animals and dogs, indiscriminate fishing with the trawlers and grill nets, and beach soil erosion. These are the threats. Free ration scheme extended by 6 months. Name of the scheme, Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Anna Yojana. This was started during the first lockdown period, and this was very important because many poor people face the problem of food security. That's why 5 kg food grains to those eligible, we can say, households under National Food Security Act 2013, जो PDS के अंडर मिलता है. In addition to those food grains, the 5 kg food grain and 1 kg, what you can say, yes, additional 1 kg pulses per person per month, free of cost. This was given free of cost. The the legal entitlements under NFSA, National Food Security Act, so they are having the minimal cost like 1 rupee per kg, 2 rupee per kg, but they are not given free of cost. Try to understand. Here the free of cost 5 kg of rice or wheat and 1 kg of pulses. It was given free of cost per person per month. Benefit of free ration is availed through portability by any migrant labor also. By One Nation One Ration Card scheme, there was portability of the ration cards, and that's why migrant labor were also eligible for under this scheme. ठीक है? Digging up in Chambal. So here this particular article on magazine page talks about illegal sand mining, how it is affecting Chambal ecosystem. National Chambal Sanctuary is protected riverine area spanning Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh and Uttar Pradesh. Remember this for prelims examination. It is a tri-state protected area. ठीक है, तीनों स्टेट में है. Also, it flows through, the Chambal river flows through this sanctuary, which is home to rare wildlife. कौन से है? Like critically endangered gharial, endangered Indian skimmer, name of the bird. Okay, the critically endangered red-crowned roof turtle, a host of other threatened and endangered species, also including endangered Gangetic dolphin. It is also spotted in Chambal river. Illegal sand mining in the protected riverine area continues unabated, endangering several threatened species. According to reports, rampant sand mining within this National Chambal Sanctuary is forcing gharials to migrate to Kuno and Parbati rivers, tributaries of Chambal, in search of safer egg-laying habitats. वो migrate कर रहे हैं tributaries को, upper reaches को. Why? Because of illegal sand mining. Okay, so this thing one should understand. Also, those who are, the activists and journalists, officers who are taking actions against this sand mining mafias, so they are facing life threats.
They will be killed to their activities.
Yes, so this is the major problem, that different river mining, or we can say sand mining, illegal mining, not only in northern India but in southern India also.
We are seeing in Hometown also.
Yes, so the mafias, they have nexus with local officials, police and businessmen, politicians, and because of that it has become very difficult to take actions against them.
So if sand mining continuously continued like that, it will be a longer effect to the ground level of water also.
Yes, of course, ground level is affected, overall ecology of a river is affected, animals in that region. Also there will be flooding. Okay, in future there can be flooding because the capacity of that river channel to accommodate the water is changed. Okay, and because of that flooding may happen. See, main problem here is for Chambal river, these sandbars are actually very important for all these endangered species, for gharial and the turtles and all. Okay, they lay eggs there on sandbars. If those sandbars are removed from the river, then these endangered species are again threatened. Main concern यहाँ पर ऐसे है. Now talking about this bend and aim, DRDO's corner shot weapon gives police a critical eye. Look at this new development weapon system. यहाँ से आप देख सकते हैं कैमरा में इसको बेंड करके. Okay, so it will give edge to the armed forces and police forces so as to capture the targets, engage the targets located around the corners as the system bends and captures video feed and thus saving soldiers from any surprise counter attack. है ना, जो विजिबल नहीं है नॉर्मल स्ट्रेट आई से, तो उसको वो बेंड करके यहाँ पे कोई है क्या छुपा हुआ, वेदर देर इज एनी क्रिमिनल और एनी अटैकर फ्रॉम द ब्लाइंड आई, जहाँ से हमें नहीं दिखता है. सो दिस इज गुड डेवलपमेंट. ओके, yes, so this corner shot weapon system designed and developed by DRDO is an advanced stage of being inducted by the CRPF and Jammu and Kashmir Police. This is special purpose weapon designed by Armament Research and Development established Pune, the facility by DRDO. Okay, yes, a few systems were used in the recent India-Japan bilateral army exercise. Name of the exercise, remember, for prelims examination, Dharma Guardian 2022. It was held in Belgavi, Karnataka. Okay, yes, it is equipped with weapon, camera, laser, infrared illuminator and torch in the front portion जो bend हो रहा है उसको, and display electronics, battery and swelling mechanism are located in rear portion. Okay, so what should be answer to this question? Okay, yes, if you visit National Chambal Sanctuary, which of the following threatened species you may find, you may come across. ठीक है, ऐसे क्वेश्चन यूपीएससी फ्रेम करता है, राइट. सो यस, घड़ियाल इज द नेचुरल हैबिटेट, देन इंडियन स्किमर इज ऑल्सो फाउंड देयर, रेड क्राउन रूफ टर्टल इज ऑल्सो फाउंड देयर, एंड ऑल्सो गैंगेटिक डॉल्फिन occasionally is found in Chambal river also. So all of them is correct answer. Fine. Okay, so yes, these were important articles. Any question? Okay, let us stop. Thank you.